The Two Alchemists from Sea of Stars. Countless millennia ago, two powerful alchemists named Rashan and Ephraim set out to create the elixir of life, and succeeded. As all things in alchemy come at a price, the gift of immortality caused their bodies to decay, leading them to conceal their hideousness under colorful robes. Reveling at first in the bright side of their immortal coil, they spent centuries nurturing the world and creating wonders to inspire its mortals. Over time, however, Ephraim grew increasingly jealous of the ephemerality he would never taste again. Thus began his wicked journey into the forbidden schools of alchemy, a journey which would see every last bit of good in his heart dissipate as he experimented with soul, bone, flesh, and blood alike. As fate would have it, Ephraim fully embraced evil and emerged as the Fleshmancer, a vengeful immortal plaguing the world with his monstrous creatures. Rashan tried intervening as best he could, but all that ensued was unspeakable chaos and collateral damage as the two former friends fought with godlike powers. After much struggle, Rashan discovered the Flesh Minion's only weakness to be solar and lunar magic, a power bestowed upon those born during a solstice. He began training these children to become solstice warriors, singularly tasked with culling the number of Fleshmancer's creations. But Ephraim's knowledge was also growing. Eventually he became capable of creating oddities of unlimited potential, known as dwellers. They would be impervious to all forms of magic, except during a total eclipse, when solstice warriors would have a very short window to attempt taking them down. And dwellers, it turned out, were creatures in development, feeding on local life. Left to their own devices for too long, they would evolve into world eaters, spelling doom for all. Armed with knowledge and power, solstice warriors would patrol the world, tracking dwellers to determine which would be taken down during the next eclipse. If they remained vigilant, there would never be a world eater. But Rashan knew such a stalemate would only cause Ephraim to devise something even worse. In a desperate attempt to get ahead, Rashan boldly performed transmutation alchemy on the very space-time continuum itself. After successfully splitting reality into countless timelines and parallel worlds, he shelved his alchemy vial and took up the mantle of the archivist. On an endless journey across all realities, he would catalog every possible outcome in search of a resolution to the throes of the Fleshmancer. Meanwhile, Ephraim rejoiced at the infinite number of opportunities for destruction that had just opened up to him. To find some measure of peace amidst their immortal conflict, the two alchemists made a pact to let fate of each timeline play out on its own. And so the game of cat and mouse began, played by dwellers and solstice warriors on one level, and by Rashan and Ephraim on another. Across a myriad of timelines and over innumerable centuries, some worlds would never be visited by Ephraim, and others would be cursed by his mark. Once marked, it was only a matter of time until the world met its finality, following centuries of struggle. Each would either be destroyed by a world eater or permanently saved by the ascension of a pair of solstice warriors into guardian gods. As to when Rashan's plans on recomposing the timelines, or whether he even knows how, remains to be seen. The end.